Our first senior cheerleader is Haley Denton. Haley's accomplishments include cheering for 4 years and a 4-year medal winner, running track for 3 years and a 3-year medal winner, and being involved in FFA. In Haley's free time, she enjoys spending time with family and friends. Haley's future plans are undecided at this time. Haley is being escorted tonight by her parents, Jessica Dickens. Our second senior cheerleader is Liberty Huggins. Liberty's accomplishments include cheering for 4 years and a 3-year medal winner, being involved with student council for 4 years, a student council treasurer, NDECA, and National Honor Society and Student Board of Representatives. Liberty's future plans include attending college of her choice, where she will major in political science and later attend law school to become a prosecutor. Liberty is being escorted tonight by her parents, Amanda Harper and Janet Huggins. Senior Liberty Huggins. Our third senior cheerleader is Haley McAdams. Haley's accomplishments include cheering since the 7th grade and a 4-year medal winner, and being on the student council decade for 1 year. In Haley's free time, she enjoys painting and spending time with her family and friends. Haley's future plans include attending the Ohio State University, where she will major in graphic design and eventually get her bachelor's of fine arts degree. Haley is being escorted tonight by her aunt, Linda Lee, Senior Haley McAdams. Our fourth senior cheerleader is Katara Contact. Katara's accomplishments include cheering for 4 years and a 3-year medal winner, dancing for 16 years, a blue belt in martial arts, and being involved with DECA for 3 years. In Katara's free time, she enjoys hanging out with friends, family, and her boyfriend Zane. Katara's future plans include attending Kent State University, but she is undecided on her major. Katara is being escorted tonight by her parents, Abby Noel and Sam McConaughey. Senior Katara McConaughey. Our fifth senior cheerleader is Lindsay Neff. Lindsay's accomplishments include cheering for 4 years and a 4-year medal winner, being involved with DECA for 1 year and student councils for 1 year. Lindsay's future plans include attending Ohio University to major in nursing. Lindsay's being escorted tonight by her parents, Julie and Jeff Neff. Senior Lindsay Neff. Our sixth senior cheerleader is Chloe Seaton. Chloe's accomplishments include cheering for 3 years and a 3-year medal winner. In Chloe's free time, she enjoys spending time with her friends and family. Chloe's future plans include attending Marietta College, where she will major in early childhood education. Chloe is being escorted tonight by her parents, Tiffany and Michael Seaton. Senior Chloe Seaton. Our seventh and final senior cheerleader is Brianna Wilson. Brianna's accomplishments include cheering for 4 years and a 3-year medal winner. In Brianna's free time, she enjoys spending time with family and friends. Brianna's future plans include attending the Vita Institute in Columbus to get her psychology license. Brianna is being escorted tonight by her parents, Jeanette Beach and Scott Wilson. Senior Brianna Wilson.
See her younger dad?
Really? He's excited to be here.
Now, I would like
He's
to
excited to be
introduce
here.
our senior
Oh, and now.
basketball player.
Oh, in school day.
The first senior basketball player is Romeo Dorsey.
year eligibility.
Yeah.
The second
Excited.
senior basketball player is Josh Putnam. Josh's accomplishments include playing basketball for 4
Them
years,
posters
being
are
a
cool,
three-year
dude.
letter winner, playing baseball for 2 years, a 2-year letter winner, playing football for 4 years, and a 4-year letter winner. In Josh's free time, he enjoys spending time with his friends and playing video
It's not
games.
his parents.
Josh's future plans include attending the college of his choice, where he will major in education and become a math teacher. Josh is being escorted tonight by Joe and Jessica Wagner. Senior Josh Hunt. The third senior basketball player is Trayvon Mayo. Trayvon's accomplishments include playing basketball for 4 years and a 2-year letter winner, playing football for 4 years and a 3-year letter winner. In Trayvon's free time, he enjoys spending time with friends and family. Trayvon's future plans are undecided at this time. Trayvon is being escorted tonight by his parents, Kitty and Sean Mayo. Senior Trayvon Mayo. Our fourth senior basketball player is Jake Singleton. Jake includes playing basketball for 4 years and a 3-year letter winner. He was in first team All-Ohio last year and ECO Player of the Year, being involved in Deca for 2 years and FFA for 3 years. In Jake's free time, he enjoys spending time with his friends and family. Jake's favorite memory from basketball is when Aaron ran through the halls of Marietta Camp. Jake's future plans include attending the college of his choice. Jake is being escorted tonight by his parents, Kendra and David Singleton. Senior Jake Singleton. The fifth and final senior basketball player is Drew Webster.
How many points away is he, I wonder?
He's gonna text.
Drew is
Told me.
Text out.
4 years and a 3-year letter winner.
I was thinking about it this morning at like 6:35 when I was leaving the house. I'm like, I'm gonna text you better.
Drew's future plans include attending Zane State College, where he will major in business. Drew is being escorted tonight by his parents, Tara and Dave Webster. Senior Drew Webster. We want to thank our seniors for their efforts, dedication, and lessons along the way. We wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. The Meadowbrook Athletic Department and boys basketball boosters would also like to take a minute to recognize the Morgan boys basketball seniors whose high school careers are winding down. Those seniors are number 5, Chase McGill. Number 23, Terrell Hill. And number 44, Colin James. Good luck to all the seniors here tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, and welcome to Meadowbrook High School as we are celebrating senior night here at the Cage as the Meadowbrook Colts play their last regular season home game as they're hosting MVL rival, the Morgan Raiders, the Bomb Squad from Raid City. I'm Darren McCullough, producing as always, Shailene Castillo, and with me is the play-by-play of Meadowbrook, or excuse me, the color analyst of Meadowbrook basketball, the one and only Heath Dawson. And Heath, we talked at its senior night, and the buzz around town is about that, but especially one senior in particular with this Meadowbrook squad.
Yeah, we're talking about senior Jake Singleton. Exciting as we're watching the end of his career come to a close. Hopefully, lengthy tournament run tonight being the last night at home, of course. But before we mention Jake, let's go ahead and throw out those seniors real fast that will be playing their final game here, regular season game. Let's add that in there. Here tonight would be Drew Webster, Romeo Dorsey, Jake Singleton, as we said, Josh Hupp, and Trayvon Mail. Those five have had a lot of success on this court here. But, let's talk about Jake. When we talk about Meadowbrook history, he has etched his name in the lore of Meadowbrook, if you will. He has climbed up the ranks, and right now, when you look on the list of top scorers all time in Meadowbrook history, and this stat coming from out in our mobile trailer here, the closer Kirby Graham hooking us up with this stat. But when you pass the likes of John Ferguson and Brad Prince and Devin Singleton and Dave Dolan, some of those names on there, Justin Cork, Jerry Snyder, Trey Singleton, Chris Wright. I mean, you've passed up some names, but Jake has found himself right now in second place. He passed Dave Dolan the other night, so he is now at 1,364 points for you, those of you listening at home. You want to write that down, 1,364 points. He is closing in on Bob Lucas's all-time record of 1,442. So when you look at that, just 78 points away. Game here tonight, couple playoff games. You sit and look at it. Jake has a chance to become the number one scorer in history. Bob Lucas, a 66 graduate here, went to Buffalo also as well. But, what a special player Jake is. Train, what's something that maybe one thing that stands out to you as we've watched him over the last 4 years?
I think that he's always been a scorer. And the one thing that's the most impressive probably about him is how good of a rebounder he is for his size. It seems like he can always get up and find the ball, whether it's an offensive or defensive board. And then just this year, I feel he's taken his game to another level offensively with the different ways that he has scored, whether it's a step-back three or coming off a screen for an open three or having a little floater in the lane or kind of falling away on a baseline jumper. He's a really tough kid to guard, and it takes a team effort to stop him. And really, so far this year, I think his season low is 18 points against DeSales, so people haven't found the magic formula.
Some players would like to score 18 points in their career.
Yeah.
But, when you talk about rebounding, I saw my buddy Steve Valentine out in the foyer here probably, 3 or 4 games back, and went up and said, Val, what are you gracing us with your presence? And he said, I got to come see Jake play. And he asked me, what do you think, the same question I asked you, what do you think about him? What impresses you? And I said, the fact that, Jake, I know, when you look at the program, it's going to say, 5'11". I tell you what, he plays every bit up to his 5'11" frame, because I tell you what, it's his rebounding that has impressed me. When most people know I'm a Sixers fan, but my favorite non-Sixer of all time is Dennis Rodman. And there's a reason why I like the Worm is because of his rebounding. I tell you what,
that's multicolored hair.
Yes.
I thought that's where we're going.
No, that's what impresses
tattoos.
That's what impresses me about Jake. But that scoop shot too, how he is able to knife his way through the lane amongst all the trees and still get off shots. It has been impressive to watch him the last few years.
And then obviously Morgan coming in, they're at 7-11, 3-5 in the MVL. That's still a quality team that's going to get up and down on the floor. We're going to let you listen to the national anthem here in the starting lineups, and we'll be back with game action. ball here at the cage as Meadowbrook starting their 5 seniors: Drew Webster, Romeo Dorsey, Jake Singleton, Josh Hupp, and Trayvon Mayo. As Morgan has a Mayo on their team, also Joe Mayo will be starting along with Cutter Myers, Carson Mummy, Rowdy Williams, and Colin James.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Tommy was here, Tommy would love that Rowdy name. Former WWF superstar Rowdy Roddy Piper.
The late great
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, yes. The bagpipes and all. As Meadowbrook wins the
hopefully he won't smash a pineapple over somebody's head. So
Singleton gets a screen from Dorsey, kicks it over to Hupp, lifts it from the corner, short, rebounded by Mummy. We apologize, we may get some of these names incorrectly. It's kind of hard to see the numbers for the Raiders as Joe Mayo puts up that shot, misses, and Colin Jans loses the rebound.
I don't know that he ever quite had it. I'd say it was probably more of a rebound team board, but I tell you what, it's those numbers by Morgan, they're hard to read.
Singleton lifting the deep 3, and it's good. Morgan quickly coming back. They're going to play up-tempo like they always do. They like to push it and shoot a lot of threes. As that 3 is no good. Singleton the rebound. The 3 was by Carson Mummy. Singleton pushing, kicks it out to Mayo. He's going to lift right corner 3. No good. Rebounded by Joe Mayo. Quickly, the Raiders on the other side. Mayo being guarded by Singleton. Passes over to Myers, who gets it up top to Mummy.
And as I said in the outset, I still am getting used to seeing Morgan wearing some red trim. Usually used to seeing them in lighter gray and
Mummy
blue.
Finds an open Cutter Myers, who was cutting and gets the layup. Meadowbrook with it. Mayo right wing gets the screen from Romeo. Romeo rolling, passes it into him. Being doubled, now tripled, passes it over, and we're going to have a foul on the Raiders. First foul of the night. Foul's going to go to Carson Mummy, going to be his first, team's first. Hand off to Singleton, elbow, jumper up and good. Off the handoff from Trayvon. Now Meadowbrook applying a little full court pressure.
Had a little technical difficulties there, so hopefully you guys can hear us now.
Yeah, I think there was one time my voice might have exploded out there to you at one point. So another a travel there on the Raiders, going to be their second turnover. Up, dribbling right wing to left wing, gets it over the corner to Singleton. He's going to lift the 3. It's good off the assist from Hupp.
Tell you what, Singleton's on fire here early.
So a quick 8 as Singleton is leading the Colts to an 8-2 lead here. As Rowdy Williams drives to the hoop and lays it up and in, making it 8-4. Singleton looking to come back, stops, skips it across the Mayo. Fake, shot fake, driving. Passes it out to Dorsey. Dorsey, a little shimmy shake. Kicks it out now to Hupp. Swings it over to Mayo to Jake Singleton. Another deep 3. It's good.
He's feeling it on senior night here. He is 4 of 4 and has all Meadowbrook's points so far here.
And he's showing range too, as he's been deep behind the three-point line. As he's going to lay that one in.
That's an assist
off
from
the
Mayo.
Assist from Trayvon.
Yeah, Meadowbrook on fire here early.
Give Jake the credit with the bucket there, but Trayvon Mayo with the big steal and getting the assist.
Meadowbrook showing a little pressure for the first time tonight.
Forcing another turnover.
That was Jake poking that away.
And now Dorsey's going to lay it up ahead.
And
Jake
he got
finishes it and the foul.
I don't know if Closer's listening, but he may need to get us a record for most points in a quarter by a player at the rate we're going.
We might need the Closer to Type that up and find it out for us.
This is a phenomenal start here by the Colts. He buries that one for a 16-4 lead.
Wow, all 16 points coming from Jake Singleton.
Right, but his team's been
it's been a team effort.
It's a team effort because you got a couple steals. You look there, Trayvon his with 3 assists already. So, and Romeo with an assist. So, I mean, his team's finding him.
And Hupp has assist as well.
Yeah,
I think I missed the assist on the first bucket that he
I
had.
did. Somebody got him on the first one. I was looking at, so I wrote down as a team assist. I'm not sure who that one is credited to, but yeah, you're right, Darren.
So every bucket there's been an assist.
So they've assisted each
great
bucket.
Ball movement.
Yeah.
So Morgan going to wisely use a timeout here as we're not quite halfway through the first quarter as the Colts have grabbed a 16-4 lead. So they definitely have thrown the first punch here tonight.
We've seen them play some periods of good basketball this season, but I'm going to say that's the best I've seen them in a 4-minute span to start a quarter this whole season. So, hey, as you said, they've come out here swinging tonight.
Up with it, gets it to Cutting Mayo, easy layup, nice. Good.
Another assist.
There's a trap on Myers, gets it over to Jans. Jans looking to drive middle, spin, step through, gets the roll and out. Tip down, Singleton gets the board. And a steal by Myers. And that three's no good. Rebound's going to stay. I think it was Jans on the three in the corner.
Man, those numbers are so hard to read.
Luckily, I kind of know faces a little bit as Mayo's going to lift that three. No good.
Off of Jake's head, unfortunately. Jake had turned around to try to
he's always been always been a headsy player.
Yeah, getting in position for that rebound, and he turned around and didn't know it was there. And it looked like maybe Jake could get a look with the crew now. Nice job by Romeo on that steal.
And it's back to Jans.
Yeah, Jans gets it right back.
So now the timeouts kind of turn both teams a little sluggish here as this driving to the hoop, laying it up and in. That's Rowdy Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
We didn't see it. Hunter Shriver has checked in for Morgan, guarding the ball right there, and he's going to pick up the foul.
They'll reach in. That'll be Morgan's third team foul already here. Yep. Meadowbrook's still sitting with 0.
Singleton, the inbounder. Gets off a staggered double, shot fake, no good. Now he's going to pull. Definitely, a tough shot there, but sometimes you got to heat check yourself, and I think that was a heat check.
Yeah, probably should have reset on that one, but hey, the way he's feeling it, I don't blame him for firing it up.
Yeah, when you're hot, you're hot.
Right.
Dorsey will be another steal by Dorsey, and blocked by Jans.
No, yeah, you're right. I thought for a second they may end up calling the foul, but you're right. Blocked by Jans.
So Dorsey, his third steal of the first quarter. Meadowbrook still in possession, down under here. Eibel's checked in for the Colts. He's got Mayo. Here's the double on Singleton. Quickly gets it away. Now Hupp finds Dorsey inside for the lay-in.
And let me tell you something. I'm happy to see Dorsey get that because he had a nice little slipstream on that play before and kind of just collapsed on him. But that was a good job by Dorsey both times on offense there.
Rowdy Williams guarded by Eibel. He's going to drive left, cut off by Dorsey. Pulls up the little jump shot, no good. Rebound Eibel. Up looking to drive, doesn't see anything. Skips it over to Webster. He's going to take left side, up and good.
Tell you what, it seems like Meadowbrook, every player tonight is on their A game.
So that was the 4th assist what I had for Hupp on that pass and drive from Webster. And Singleton's guarding Joe Mayo here. Fakes the handoff. Going to step back, baseline jumper, no good. Jans is going to get the rebound, and he's going to draw the foul. Probably going to go shoot 2 here. And Colin Jans at the line here, leading scorer for the Raiders. Between Jans, Mummy, and Williams, those are the 3 big scorers for this Raiders team. But, of course, others can provide valuable scoring like Cutter Myers and Joe Mayo. So Jan splits the free throws as he makes the second, cuts the deficit 22-7, minute 30 to go in the first quarter. Dane Singleton has checked in for Romeo.
Dane getting his first
and
action
here,
of the night.
looks like Morgan's plans
That's
going
had to be a travel, though. Gee whiz.
And Jake's going to get the steal, so
And
they get
one.
a turnover on both sides. Jake with the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that ball was going all over the place there for a second. Jans came up with it, but slid clear across the timeline on his back. I'm surprised they didn't get with him on the travel there, but nonetheless, Meadowbrook gets it back on Jake's steal and an and one play.
So give Jake now 19 in the first quarter. So we talked about the Sales was the team that held him to 18, and that was 32 minutes of basketball.
Right.
We've got 7 almost right now, and he's past that.
Yeah, he's on fire tonight, so. When we said he needed 78 to beat the record, we said, could he do it tonight? We're both like, yeah, probably not, but hey, he's on pace.
Jan's driving,
That's
legging
nice
it
thing
up
by
and
Jans,
in.
Yeah, Jan's a strong player down low, I tell you what.
So you could say Jake Singleton's doing the Kevin Nealon, doing the bull dance, feeling the flow. And no, somehow Subs keeps it. Looked like they were going to get the steal.
25 seconds to go, yeah. Just pulled out for one shot here. Up 16.
And the one adjustment that Morgan's made on defense, when Meadowbrook sets that ball screen with Singleton, they trap him on that off that ball screen, if I could speak.
Yeah.
Make it a
About
little
8
tougher
seconds
on
to
him.
go. They better get into this. There we go. Jake fired one up.
No good.
Off
Rebound
from
by
Jans.
Jans.
I'll tell you what. That was close.
And Cutter Myers fired that one and it was off the front of the rim.
And that would have counted.
Yeah. So at the end of one, the Colts lead 25-9. We'll thank our sponsors, RHEA, the Meadowbrook Teachers Union, Stop 9 Church of Christ, FMJ Indoor Range, Graham Excavating, Westfall Services, and the Stemmer family. So Heath, looking at this first 8 minutes of basketball, what's obviously the Singleton blowing up, but what's some other things that have stood out for you so far?
I'll tell you what, I think honestly the sharing of Meadowbrooks on the offensive end, I mean, they've just shared the basketball well. I looked through the assists. I mean, they've got 8 assists on 10 buckets right now. That'll tell you what they're doing offensively, you know what I mean? And it's, that's just team effort.
And one of the buckets was the and one three-point play by
Right.
Singleton when he got the steal and he got the breakaway.
Right.
I don't think you're going to – he didn't have anybody to pass it ahead to.
It's just been honestly, to me, it's been Meadowbrook's most complete quarter of basketball they've played this year. And as you said, Morgan's 7-11 coming in, but Morgan, their record is pretty deceiving. They're a lot better basketball team than that record indicates. And, I'll tell you what, this has been an impressive start by Meadowbrook. Now, one of the things we've talked about is, can they put their foot on the gas and put this one away early? That's been one of the things we've not seen them do this year. So see how they come out here in a second.
So leading by 16, second quarter started. Morgan possession, Jans with it. Passes it over to Rowdy Williams. He's looking to drive, pulls it out, being guarded by Trayvon. Gets it into Jans. He's going to go up and draw the foul.
I think it's going to be on Dane. Yeah, Dane Singleton, that would be his first. Jan's going to go to the line for 2. Jans has been pretty active here offensively for the Raiders in this first half.
He knocks down the first.
He split a pair earlier, so.
We get a sub checking in here. 22. Cooper Kane. I believe he played a little bit in the JV game. Almost, I think, threw one down late in the third quarter,
Yeah,
maybe it's fourth quarter.
Speaking of Coopers, there's going to be a fine one playing Sunday night. Sure, a lot of Bengals fans out there are excited about Sunday night.
The Who Day Nation.
Yes. Those Sam Blackburn from over in Zanesville will be excited.
Trayvon with it. I would just like to mention if the Bengals win it, the Bears did beat them earlier this year as Trayvon's shot's no good, and
it's Kane
with the board. And it's going to be a steal by Jake. And it's going to be a steal for the Raiders.
I believe.
Rowdy Williams in and up with it, kicks it over to Mummy. 3, no good. Rebounded by Webster.
Oh, nice feed by Ivor over to Jake. So, again, sharing the basketball.
The unselfishness of this team.
I know you're looking down at your notebook there, Train, but tell you what, Ivor
finds Kane. Yeah. So Kane making a difference here in a little bit of action he's played this second quarter. He's got a rebound and a bucket. Meadowbrook moving it around. Webster gets to Mayo. Finds a cutting. Jake Singleton, easy layup. Kane to Williams. Williams gets it in and quickly. It's going to be a foul on Dane Singleton. So that's going to be Dane's second. Hupp and Dorsey are going to check in for Webster and Dane Singleton. Myers inbounds it to Jans.
Dorsey says no.
No soup for you. That would have been a good time to give him the Matumbo shaking of the finger.
Yeah,
it's a technical foul now.
Yeah, you can get away with it in the grocery store if you've seen the Geico ad.
Yeah.
Not on the floor.
Jan's rolling off the pass from Mummy. Layup is good. So Jan's trying to single-handedly lift his team back.
He has been the offensive star for Morgan so far.
Ible with it inside to Dorsey. Dorsey being triple teamed.
Somebody reached in and grabbed that. I don't know.
I don't think it was a block. I think it's a steal. I think he gave Williams the steal. Kane looking around, still looking. Got to have the count. Throws it. Dorsey does get the steal as it's going to go possession Meadowbrook.
I'll tell you what, that's Dorsey's 4th steal of this game. So, wow.
Jake inbounds it to Trayvon. Passes it over to Ible. Now he finds easy cutting through the layup. And that's for the second or third time where Meadowbrook's just run that little simple play and has got an easy layup. And Morgan wants to use another timeout here. Trailing 31-15, 30-second timeout for the Raiders. So Meadowbrook playing strong here, even though it's been 6-6 this quarter. Meadowbrook's still looking pretty good offensively now it's kind of getting the easy bucket, so to speak, here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's again more assists here. Trayvon's got 1 and Ible now 2. And I'll tell you what, Ible could have taken a shot down there earlier, but he drew his man in and then fed it over to Jake for an easy bucket. So it's just been from the outset just unselfish play by Meadowbrook tonight. You know, when you look up at the board and you see Jake with 23, you think, one guy's doing it all. That's not the case tonight. That little deceiving, even though Jake's hot tonight.
Yeah.
It has been a very solid team effort so far.
The little things add up to the big things, and the little things are coming through for the Colts here so far. As Williams is looking to drive, he's going to try the follow away.
Gets the iron kind there.
got a nice little bounce and drops it down as he's got 6. Dorsey calling for it. Mayo can't get it to him. Now Hupp fakes it. Doesn't have anything. Kicks it out to Mayo. He shot fakes. Dribble, and they're going to call him for a double dribble.
Yep, that's a good call there. I'll tell you what, I was just sitting here thinking, saw Hupp open there for a second. I thought, has he shot? And I looked down, and we have not seen Hupp shoot a...
He shot a 3 early. That was the 3 you missed.
That is right. That was the one. I was sitting there with a question mark, and I never did ask you who shot that one. So, yes, I do apologize.
Mummy's going to fall away deep 3, no good, and it's going to go possession Colts.
But, yeah, again, though, Hupp to only have 1 shot. We've seen him be an offensive kind of catalyst at times for the Colts here in the second half of the season.
But that's another kid that you can look at the box or look at the thing, and he has no points, and then 5 minutes later, all of a sudden he has 10 just because he gets high-volume shots and easy shots, takes smart shots.
Oh, that was a nice take by Dorsey. And there was
no
Hupp, but
good.
Jake on the
Jake
offensive
just takes
rebound.
the ball away.
I'll tell you what, Dorsey had a great jump stop and fed the corner to Hupp there on the left side. That was a great move by Dorsey. He has really gotten a lot better this year, there's no doubt.
So Williams with it. Meadowbrook playing a little zone here.
As we're down under the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. Nice job by Webster over there in the corner on Joe Mayo.
He's still dribbling and tries, and that's...
I think it was, they didn't call a kicked ball.
And Hupp fires it down the field to Singleton, who gets it to Dorsey, driving down the lane. He's going to get called for the travel. .333 to go. Second quarter, 31-17 Colts. Meadowbrook playing a little soft man pressure, full court man.
Going to bring it up a little bit slower.
Now they're going to zone press as they're going to look to trap there at half court. As they skip it across Myers over to Williams. Step in at the left elbow, no good. Gets his own board. Shot blocked by Webster, rebounded by Dorsey. And Meadowbrook pushing. Step back, long deuce for Singleton, no good. Dorsey with the board. Gets the roll. 35-17 Colts. And that one's saved. Now Webster gets the steal. Throws it up ahead.
The assist.
Trayvon Mayo with a nice lay-in. And we're going to have another Meadowbrook steal. Trayvon with it. Singleton with it, being doubled. Skips it across, gets Dorsey. Dorsey looking to drive in the paint, doesn't see anything, kicks it down to Mayo. He's going to lift a right corner 3, no good. And Jans is going to come down with it. Now the fun thing is this scoreboard says 35-17, but I think it's 37-17 Meadowbrook. I don't think they counted one. I think it was Dorsey's bucket they didn't count. As Dane Singleton's going to come up with a steal for the Colts. Webster, 3 from Hupp, no good. Rebounded by Singleton. This 3 from Eibel, no good. Rebounded by Mummy. Morgan pushing, gets it in to Jans. Jans going to work, and he's going to go to the line. He makes the first. And he makes the second. So James with 9 leading the Raiders. It's 35-19. Webster with it up top. Gets it to Singleton. Scoops it over to Dorsey. Layup. Good. We got a timeout. I believe Meadowbrook called this timeout. Yes, the Colts called the timeout, so 37-19, 30-second timeout. .132 to go in the half. We'll thank our sponsors, the RHEA, Meadowbrook Teachers Union, Stop 9 Church of Christ, Westfall Services, FMJ Indoor Range, Graham Excavating, and the Stemmer family. We appreciate them sponsoring the live stream, so we have the opportunity to provide it for you guys on YouTube, Facebook, and whatever other social media platforms that Caleb uses. And speaking of Caleb, when you're watching the game, you can see the founder and owner of Caleb Graham Productions himself taking pictures here tonight at the cage. We got to get at least one reference of Caleb in there, or we get docked 25% of our salary.
Yes.
Here comes a half-court trap. Dorsey and Mayo, and there's a turnover.
And you, Tommy, and I, we decided that we weren't going to have a lockout like the Major League Baseball players, so
we would just abide by the rules and do our job. Or he might get a designated hitter for us.
He might have trouble finding one for Tommy because matching that twang would be awful hard.
And Cooper Kane applying some pressure. And that finally they're going to call him.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't making contact with him there to the end.
No,
he was really getting with Jake. And
sat down and stayed right there. And
they just kind of got a little tangled there, up there.
We're still only at 5 team fouls apiece, so pretty clean played ball game so far.
Singleton down the lane, scoops up, and bounces around and down. 20-point Meadowbrook lead. Whoa, and that's still in play.
He thought it went out of bounds. He was grinning.
Hit off the bottom of the backboard.
I tell you what, that was a rocket.
Yeah, I don't know who Morgan's baseball coach is, but he may want to sign that kid
I
up.
will say there's your #1 pitcher for this season.
Yeah,
I'm looking down to see if Tomlin and Colbert's in the house to see if the Steelers can sign him to play quarterback.
Hey, they got Mason Rudolph.
Oh boy, I'm excited. There's a steal by Kane.
Had some nice positive things. Here's Mayo's going to lift the three.
That's a
no good.
Three.
Rebound, Jake Singleton. Jake being guarded by Mayo.
8 seconds to go. Trayvon, nice job.
He's going to lift the corner three. No good. Rebound.
Williams. He wanted to try to dial that one up.
Meadowbrook fan in the student section fired up as he caught that errant three-point attempt. So that's going to be the first half action. Meadowbrook on top, 39-19. We'll take a quick break here on the KGP Network and come back with first half statistics analysis. Back Meadowbrook High School, halftime, the Colts on top, 39-19. Meadowbrook exploded to a 25-9 lead at the end of the first quarter as Jake Singleton scored 19 of the 25 points for the Colts in that opening quarter. But Meadowbrook doing a great job of other kids getting hands in the passing lane. Romeo Dorsey, Trayvon Mayo, Josh Hop, Mayo, and Dorsey all finding open men with a bunch. All of them had 2 or 3 assists at least in that first quarter alone. Meadowbrook extended their lead to 39-19 here as we are at halftime right now. So look down at individual scoring. Forced for the visiting Morgan Raiders. Leading the way is 9 points. Colin Jans with 6 points. Rowdy Williams. And with 2 points each, Cutter Myers and Cooper Kane. On the other side for the Colts, leading away, Jake Singleton, 25 points. So that puts him, what, now 53 away from the all-time record. And with 3 regular season games left, I believe, as they still have New Lexington, actually I think Cambridge Monday, New Lexington Tuesday, and I think Zanesville next Friday, all of those road games. So unfortunately for Jake, he's probably going to break the record on the road instead of the friendly confines, but maybe he's thinking, hey, maybe I just get it out of the way here on senior night. You never know. He's a mere 53 points away with 16 minutes of basketball to play. With 6 points each, Romeo Dorsey and Trayvon Mayo, and with 2 points, Drew Webster. That's Meadowbrook's 39 points. Now on to Heath for the team and individual statistics.
Okay, for the first half, Meadowbrook ended up shooting 17 of 29, including 4 of 11 from the three-point line. On the flip side, Morgan was 7 of 21 and 0 of 7 from beyond the arc. As far as team stats go, Morgan with a 12-10 edge on the boards, but again, it's kind of hard for Meadowbrook when they're making everything.
And it doesn't seem like that.
No, it doesn't. But kind of surprising there. But anyways, and we always say this loosely when we keep stats. It's so much action going on with us trying to call it.
And it's even harder with these Morgan uniforms. Hard to see their numbers.
Right, and the Morgan uniforms have made it really hard tonight. So we might be off 1 or 2 here or there. Again, we're not perfect, but we do our best. So, but yeah, as far as Morgan's leader, I had Colin Jans with 3. From Meadowbrook, I had Jake Singleton with 4. Assists, this is where an awesome stat. Meadowbrook finished with 11 assists for that first half. I had Trayvon with 4, Hupp with 4. So, a couple guys usually not in the books in that regard as the leaders, but tonight, 2 leaders there. As far as Morgan, their leader was Carson Mummy with 2. Steals, Meadowbrook had 9. I have Romeo with 4. And then you had Jake and Trayvon with 2 apiece. Then you had, on the flip side, Morgan had 5. Rowdy Williams with 2. And then you have blocks. You had 1 for Morgan. Colin Jans had that for Meadowbrook. Dorsey and Webster each had 1 apiece. As far as turnovers, Meadowbrook ended up with 8 turnovers and Morgan had 11. So there are your first half statistics and analysis.
So that gives us 30 seconds roughly to talk about this first half. Meadowbrook, like we said, came out and just they threw the first punch, and now it's kind of just a way of just kind of continuing to build off that, and they build off it a little bit more as they extended that 16-point lead to a 20-point lead at the half. So we're getting ready to start the second half.
Yeah, I will say, you never want to say never, but the way Meadowbrook played in that first half, particularly the first quarter, it's going to be awful hard for Morgan to stage a comeback here, but you never know. I mean, for Morgan, I would say ideally their goal would be to try to get it down to maybe single digits by the end of this quarter.
Oh, yeah, that has to be your goal as Meadowbrook possession here to start the second half. And that pass stolen by Jans. He gets it over to Rowdy Williams, and he's going to be called for the charge. Good job by Trayvon Mayo to get himself set there.
Yeah, and we saw Trayvon take a charge, I think the game before last, the same way, and we were praising him because he has really come on defensively in the second half of the season.
So Hupp bringing it up, hands it off to Mayo. And Mayo loses it. Mummy with the steal. Mummy.
Little Euro step.
Euro step.
Wow.
Gets the bucket. So that's Mummy's first bucket. I'd say probably the second leading scorer on this Morgan
I thought
team.
he was coming in, he was.
And here's Hupp driving down the lane.
Had nowhere to go. That's
That's 3 straight empty possessions for the Colts as Jans comes down with it. And the big man's going to lift the 3. No good. Webster with the board. Inside, Hupp off the glass and good. So that's Josh Hupp's first bucket. Back to a 20-point lead for the Colts. Williams over to Jans, looking around. Gets it over to Mummy. He's going to lift the 3. No good. And Jake comes down with it. Jake's driving. Puts it up. Gets the roll. I don't know. Looked like it was a little push shot.
Yeah,
I think that was a new one we've seen
both
there.
hands and just kind of put it up to the basket.
Mayo fakes the shot, looking to drive, gets in the lane, low running hook, no good. Rebound, Jans up and good.
Tell you what, it might be in a losing effort, but I'll tell you what, Jans is a player.
Mayo looking around, doesn't see anything.
Dorsey was trying to post up on the low block.
Now Hupp with it. He gets a screen from Jake Singleton. He's got baseline drive, reverse layup, good.
And we know he can hit that. We've seen him do it many times.
As Bill Raftery said, "Get the kiss."
Yes. Some people at home, young, will be like, who in the world's Bill Raftery?
Oh, how can you not love Bill Raftery?
Blocked by Dorsey.
Myers with the shot, no good. Jans, I believe it's going to be a bucket and the foul for Jans. Myers was on the first shot.
And Dorsey blocked Myers' shot. So then they get the. Let's see who the foul call was on. Webster, I believe.
Jans hits the free throw. So he's got 14, including 6 this quarter. So he's 15 actually, because he had 9 at the halftime. Skipped across. Webster up top to Mayo, swings it over to Hupp. Finds a cutting, Singleton lays, no good. Wow. Jans is going to get the board.
You don't see Jake miss too many of those.
Yeah, definitely. You got to feel lucky if you're a Morgan fan. It's that shot. Mummy, no good. Rebounded by Webster. Yeah. And here's Dorsey. He's going to be at the line shooting too, as Cutter Myers is going to be called, I believe, for his 3rd personal foul. It's going to be his first personal foul.
Yeah, first, yeah. You were looking at Mummy.
I was looking. It was Dane Singleton earlier had 2, and I was thinking 14 had 2, but that was it been Dane.
Dorsey knocks down the first. So after all this back and forth, Meadowbrook now has extended their lead by 1 this half. So it seems like there's been all kinds of scoring so far. And Jans had to block. He had that low post.
And Williams almost loses it. Jake getting his hands in there, finds Mummy. Now here's a trap, and Dorsey's going to come down with it.
That was Jake and Webster on that.
And here's Dorsey, layup, no good. Rebound, Webster. He decides to dribble it out, now goes back in, gets it stripped. This one's going to be retrieved by Mummy. And Mummy to Jans, layup is good.
And some people not liking the non-charge, but hey, when you're down in that low, kind of almost that NBA circle on the chart, you're not going to get that charge too often.
Webster up top, back to Mayo. Fakes the handoff, gets it to Dorsey, up and good.
Great eyeballs there by Trayvon.
Another assist for Trayvon, I believe assist number 5 for him. And that's going to be a turnover on Morgan.
Unforced error there.
And I think I have him for 19. I know I could have missed some. So 49-28 might be a prelude to the score of the Super Bowl Sunday night. Both teams high-powered offenses. Webster up top. Gets it to Hupp, it gets it to Mayo, down to the low block. Dorsey now back up top to Webster. He's going to lift the three. No good. Rebound by Williams, and he's going to try throwing it ahead, but it's going to be a turnover. So just a tough. Morgan's trying to run, but they're kind of running a little too fast here at times.
Yeah, you know, when you're down 20, you're trying to get back into it, but you know, sometimes you just got to be patient, let the points come to you. You can't get them all back at one possession.
I like to say it all starts with one stop on the defensive end.
Morgan just swatting it back at him, but couldn't come up with the steal there.
Jake's going to lift the three, no good. Nobody boxing out Dorsey. He's going to get the offensive rebound and puts it up and in.
And that's where Dorsey's got so much better on that offensive
Singleton's
glass.
going to get a steal here. And he's going to look to attack, scoop, and no good, but there's going to be a foul.
So Jake will go to the line for two. So we'll call that on 14, Cutter Myers. Now
yep.
that's his second. Aaron Sprague from storied rival down in the stands shooting.
Yeah, he wants
right
to get
in the
the
middle.
best,
Yeah, right in the
best
middle of the
shots.
stands. So trying to get some unique action there.
So Jake puts the first one down.
That brings Jake up to 28 for the night. For those counting at home, he's now at 50.
Misses the
And
second, but
again,
Dorsey with the
jeez.
board.
He has done some great.
And that shot's no good, rebounded by Williams. Mummy looking around, looking to drives in the paint, kicks it out. Williams doesn't have anything. Gets it over to Mummy. Mummy's looking in, doesn't have anything, skips it over to Mayo. Mayo fakes it, drives, kicks it out. I believe that's Cooper Kane. Kane knocks down the three.
It's his second bucket of the night.
Off the assist from Mayo, yeah, 5 for Kane. He's played some good minutes here in the that he's played, made some plays as that one's deflected. And man, you want to talk about getting your hand on a lot of balls, a lot of deflections. Seems like this third quarter, Morgan's got more deflections than they might have had in the first half.
Well, the one possession they swatted there, this possession before, they swatted 2 back at Meadowbrook and still couldn't come up with a steal. As you said, getting all kinds of deflections.
So Hunter Shriver has checked in for the Raiders. Jake's looking, gets it up top to Webster. He's going to drive down the lane, layup no good. Rebounded, and they're going to say a foul on Hupp, so give Jans the rebound. And that's going to be the third team foul, maybe just second on the Colts, as first on Hupp, with Dane Singleton coming in for Dorsey.
Ivo's going to the scorer's table. He's getting ready to check in.
Inside the high post, Jans, he doesn't
Good
have
job.
anything, and he's going to throw it out of bounds.
That was a great defensive effort by Dane there to stay down. Jans was trying to get him up in the air, but Dane held his ground and forced the turnover.
So Eibel's checked back in. He's going to check in for Webster. Singleton over to Eibel, gets it to high post to Hupp. Up top to Jake. He's going to lift the long three. No good. And that's going to go Morgan's way. We'll give Hunter Shriver the board. And Kane.
Yep, just lost it. I've got Morgan with 8 turnovers this quarter. So I don't know. That's unofficial, of course, but struggling.
They have had some struggles. Up with it. Here comes a double. He passes it and stolen by Shriver. He passes it ahead to Williams, lays it up left hand. Good. 52-33. And we're going to have a timeout, Meadowbrook. With 1:16, it's going to be a full timeout for Meadowbrook. So we'll thank our sponsors, RHEA, Meadowbrook Teachers Union, Stop 9 Church of Christ, FMJ Indoor Range, Westfall Services, Graham Excavating, and the Stemmer family. So we'll take a quick break here from action, and we'll be back with the rest of the third quarter here on the KGP Network. Welcome back. Meadowbrook High School, Colts on top, 52-33, minutes 16 to go here in the third quarter. Meadowbrook ball, Webster to Eibel. Eibel being guarded tightly by Mummy, hands it off to Mayo's, getting trapped by Myers and Mummy, but they get it away now. Tough break for the Colts as Eibel.
Yeah, it's a good look by Eibel. Nothing wrong with that.
Kind of rushed it just a little bit, and Dane kicks it out of bounds as possession. The Raiders. Shriver. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, Dane Singleton.
Dane's first tonight.
And there, Jake layup, no good. Skipped ahead to Mayo, and he's going to draw the foul. So Mummy got the board down there on the missed shot. And Joe Mayo is going to be at the line as the foul was on Trayvon. And I don't want to say this officially, but looking in the stands, you see Trayvon's dad is sitting with males from the Morgan side.
Right.
So you got to think there's some type of a relation
I'd
there,
imagine,
possibly,
yeah,
whether
I'd
it's a
imagine.
cousin or something.
Yep.
First shot's
It's
up
not
and no
a
good.
it's not a common name that
No.
you see.
It's a common name you see in Morgan for sure, as Jans gets the rebound and puts it back. I think there was a Mayo a few years ago, and I might be wrong if it was a Mayo that was the last name, but there was a player from Morgan. You could call him Steph Curry because his shot just reminded you of Steph Curry's, and he kind of looked like him too as that shot.
Shriver. Yeah, Trayvon with the 3 and Shriver on the board. So tell you what, Meadowbrook, they're only 17 now. They've kind of went cold here in this third quarter.
And that's going to be a foul
Yeah,
on
it's
Dorsey.
Romeo, yeah, just reaching around him. I'll tell you what, yeah, Meadowbrook is definitely cooled off from the floor. As I said, at the half they were 17 of 29, and this quarter.
Hupp's going to check back in as well. It's going to get Dorsey Dorsey with 2 fouls.
Right now
It
they're 4 of
bounced to
14
Williams,
this quarter.
no good. Trayvon's going to come down with the board, but they're going to say he turned it over.
The Meadowbrook fans don't like that. Trayvon holding his elbow. I think he's come down on it, so yeah, you just.
Jans with it, driving off glass, no good. Gets his own board, puts it up, no good. And I would say Mayo and Webster kind of combined on a little bit of a
pretty
block
much.
there. So at the end of 3, it's 52-35. Colts on top. So we'll be back after a quick break with fourth quarter action here on the KGP Network. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action. Colts on top 52-35. 8 minutes to go. It's going to be Morgan basketball to start the fourth quarter. So it looks like Myers, Williams, Mummy, Mayo, and Jans, the starting five. Meadowbrook responding with their starting five as well, with Webster, Hupp, Dorsey, Mayo, and Singleton. That's Rowdy Williams looking to drive. Ooh. Tough foul there called on Trayvon. Said he got him a little bit on the arm, as Williams is going to be shooting two here. Trayvon wasn't very happy about it. First free throw by Williams is up and good. The second one off the back iron, no good. Webster with the board. Up, down, Singleton. Skips it over to Webster. Now Singleton fakes, looks to drive baseline, kicks it out to Mayo. Back to Singleton. He's going to drive baseline again. Kicks it out to Hupp, who's going to lift the three, left wing, no good. Rebound, Mummy.
Mummy, yeah.
Mummy over to Myers, shot fake, driving baseline, good cutoff from Webster. Now Williams shot fakes, driving same baseline, up and good.
And I'll tell you what, it's now a 14-point game, so Morgan has just slowly chipped away and got herself a game now.
Their little 3-2 zones kind of giving Meadowbrook a little bit of trouble. Meadowbrook's as good as a team as Meadowbrook has. They haven't seen a whole bunch of zone really this year, which is kind of surprising.
That's how you break that zone.
Up to Dorsey, yeah, whenever you can get it to that high post, make good things happen.
Yep, high post. And
no soup for you as James gets that swatted away from Dorsey and Singleton gets the board.
Yeah, Dorsey said, That's
Block
Dorsey,
number 3.
I'll tell you what, Dorsey's kind of shook up on that. He used everything he had to block that shot.
So Mummy's going to get called for the foul. Looks like Shriver's going to check back in for Mayo.
Nice.
Cutter Myers.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're going to have a steal by Webster, but unfortunately, after gaining possession, he's going to turn it back over. Kind of slips his feet a little bit there.
I'm wondering if Meadowbrook should have had a senior ceremony again at halftime. You know, the way they come out in this first quarter, I tell you what, Morgan, cut the deficit by 3 to get this down to now a 14-point game. So,
almost turnover, but Shriver runs it
actually,
down.
I should say 16 now.
Here's Rowdy Williams looking. Trayvon cutting him off. Down the baseline to Shriver. Gets it to Cutter Myers, who lifts good.
Tough shot. They're going to call over the back on Dorsey. I think Shriver had the position, so. Dorsey picks up his third.
It's a 16 foul as
Cooper
Cooper Kane
back, yep. You and I's all over it, aren't we, Trey?
He's providing some nice minutes off the bench for the
he's done
Raiders.
Some nice things for him. And Shriver, I tell you what, he come in and made his presence known as well.
Mummy with it, looking to drive, being cut off
Good
by
job
Webster.
Webster staying down. Textbooks
Gets
defense.
it to Jans. Jans just looking to pass, loses it. Webster comes down with the steal.
And finds Singleton. There's Singleton.
So Jake was in a cold spell for him as he missed 4 in a row, but he quickly gets back in the right frame of mind with the 3 to put him at 31, and it's going to be a timeout. Meadowbrook uses the timeout there as they're up 57-38. Coach Jarrett knows that when you only play 7, you have to kind of pick and choose using your timeouts to give your team some rest, and that's what he's done a lot this year, kind of picking the right times to let his teams kind of get that little bit of breather and focus here on this final 5:37 with the Colts up 57-38. We'll thank our sponsors, RHEA, Meadowbrook Teachers Union, Stop 9 Church of Christ, Westfall Services, FMJ Indoor Range, the Stimmer family, and Graham Excavating. So thank them for sponsoring us tonight and this season and helping us this live stream for you here on the KGP Network. So Jans is leading Morgan with 18 points tonight. Singleton leading the Colts with 31. So I think he's been in the 30s a lot this year. I don't think he's ever cracked 40. So with 5:37 to go in the game, maybe he can set a career high.
Right. He's been a fun player to watch here tonight.
And here's Williams driving. Tipped away, retrieved by Hupp. So another turnover. I got that as 26 now for the Raiders. Hupp has it in front of the Colts bench, dribbling around, looking. He's got the count, picks it up, fires it to Mayo, gets it in. Dorsey lost. Now we got a scrum for it. It's going to be a jump ball, so it's going to stay possession Colts as Dorsey and Kane both hit the floor. And Mayo's going to check back in for Myers here. Swinging it around. Mayo with it. Meadowbrook being patient here. It's one thing they've really done a good job of late in game, being patient, running that clock. There's no shot clock in high school basketball, so taking advantage of it. Jake's going to lift the 3, no good.
Oh,
he's going to get his own rebound.
Right there.
Finds Hupp. Hupp fall away, no good. Jake tips it up and in. Big tip back in off the Hupp miss by Singleton, so he has 33 now. 59-38 Colts. Mummy hits Kane. Shot off the side iron, no good. Rebounded by Dorsey. He's pushing. He's putting it up and off the glass and down.
Looking like Joel Embiid running the court there.
The big fella strong to the 10.
Yes. Man.
Williams finds Jans. He's looking to drive, puts his shoulder down. He's going to draw the foul.
He better be glad he didn't take another step because Dorsey was ready to send that to another stratosphere. He jumped and swatted. And we're going to get a foul call. That's Webster's second. And Jansen going to go to the line. Knocks down the first.
So Jans missed his first free throw of the game, but he's hit every one since.
I was going to say, he's been perfect since.
Last seven he's made.
Yep. We'll see if we jinxed him here.
Which is a very likely possibility.
Yes. And we know we didn't.
Knocks that one down. 61-40, 3:50 to go. Heibel with it, and here comes a little double. He finds Hupp. Hupp looking to drive now. He's being doubled, skips it across. Singleton's able to retrieve it.
Yeah, it was fortunate for the Colts.
Now Webster finds an open Singleton, and you can't leave that guy open. Breaking news. Give him 36 now as Jans gets it in the post. And he's going back to the line for 2.
Yeah. Hupp thought he stayed, held his ground, but ref thought otherwise. So that's Hupp's second.
It's another thing that really you see Colin Jans does really well as he gets to the line. I mean, this is what? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. His 10th and 11th free throw tonight. Dane Singleton and looks like Coleman Welsh.
When you think about Jan's game tonight, you know, Meadowbrook has had trouble with guys of size this year. Remember back to DeSales, Schuler. They had a lot of trouble with Atticus Schuler earlier in the season. So that's something to keep an eye on when they get in the postseason if they run into a team with size.
I know St. Clairsville has a guy with size.
Yeah, yeah. We saw him last year. But he's
Dane
not.
Singleton, we're going to have looks like we're going to have a foul on Morgan.
You say that, and Mr. Henry is not going to play basketball at the next level.
No, but he hopefully becomes the next big offensive lineman for the Colts. For the Colts. For the Buckeyes.
Well, maybe the Colts one day if they draft him. But yeah. We're talking about Avery Henry, of course, from St. Clairsville. Got a full ride to attend Ohio State for football. And that was Dane Singleton blocked by Shriver and gets the rebound.
There's a shot fake mummy high off the glass.
Good. There you go with a kiss.
Excuse me, that wasn't Mummy. That was Chase McGill.
McGill.
So we have some new guys sneaking in here. We didn't see him. And since it's hard to see the numbers, I thought it looked like Mummy. And
I did too.
Timeout Meadowbrook.
I was getting ready to write it down, and I saw that ain't Mummy. So these jerseys they're not easy to read. Probably some of the harder ones I think I've ever seen to read.
Yeah. I even got a text from one of our good friends, TJ Mitchell, at the beginning of the game. He's like, how are you reading their jerseys?
Yeah, how can we ever make it through a broadcast without mentioning the Mitchell family? I think that's a tradition that we have to mention them. I look over across the way, and I see Shooter over there, Sean Mitchell.
And the patriarch and matriarch also here tonight.
Yeah,
big Tim Mitchell and
Tim and Vicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom and Paul sitting over there tonight. And they are a royal family for sure here at Meadowbrook as they produce 4 fine athletes. The oldest, Jason. Never forget, he kicked a winning field goal against Indian Valley. He's let us know about that many times over the years. So if Jason's listening, I'm sure he'll get a laugh out of that. But yeah, good family. There are a lot of good families down here in Rolling Hills. You mentioned certain names, Mitchells, Blacks, the Singletons. I mean, there's been a lot of families that produce some good athletes over the years. The Websters even, have had several of their boys come up through here the last few years. So it's always good to watch, a lot of the kids grow up and then come on to have success.
Webster inbounds to Eibel, being trapped here. And he stepped on the line. It's going to be an over and back. So Trayvon and Romeo are going to check back in. There's a pass that's 13.
Oh, and he makes it with a spinnerama and throws it over his head, and it goes in.
Quentin Davis. Quentin Davis just checked in. He's going to get a bucket and shoot the free throw. No good. Rebound by Dorsey. Dorsey pushing it. Spin. Up and good. Dorsey, the one-man show
he's
there.
Lethal with that spin move. I'll tell you what, I mean.
That's number 2, Hayden Shriver, I believe twin brother of Hunter. He's going to get the bucket.
You look up at the board, and I tell you what, I believe that's a career high for Dorsey. That's 18 now on the night for Dorsey.
Oh, and that's, again, deflected by everyone, and one official's looking together. He's like, I don't know, it bounced off. It was a pinball machine there bouncing, as they're going to say possession stays Meadowbrook.
And when the Colts have Jake firing outside and Dorsey inside, this is a hard team to beat. I mean, you look down at Hupp, only's got 4, Webster with 2. That's very rare to see those guys with that little point production. But when you've got an inside-out combo like Jake and Dorsey, it's pretty hard to stop.
Hupp looking around, gets it over to Webster. Webster drives, realizes he doesn't have anything, passes it over to Hupp. Hupp holding it as Meadowbrook's looking to empty the bench, getting the JV players.
Yeah, and getting really more about probably getting the seniors final applause here at home.
And Mayo almost loses it, and we're going to have a timeout by Meadowbrook here so we can get the seniors
that's
out.
what we're going to do. We'll see if this is going to bring the crowd to their feet here, realizing what's going on.
So it looks like we're going to have Eibel, Petta,
8,
Delancey, Dane Singleton, and I believe
Milam?
Milam might be the other.
Yep, Milam.
Yep, Milam's the inbounder. I was going to say, I thought that was Huey still on the sideline. I looked at the flashy shoes, and
Yeah, you got to find those orange shoes of his, and no.
And that's going to be over and back on the Colts. So 1:08 to go, 66-48 Meadowbrook. Morgan swinging around the perimeter. Up top, over to right wing. Davis looking, spin, passes it inside. Shot no
Dane
good, rebounded by Dane. Pass up ahead to Delancey, lays it up, and he's fouled.
I don't know whose shot he blocked down there. I believe it was number 4. I think it was Coleman Welsh.
Hey, that's what we'll go with. It's so hard to see.
It was either Welsh or number 11, Nate Silvas. So I know it was one of those two.
It was so hard to see those numbers.
Yeah, you couldn't see the numbers.
I gave up on it as Delancey makes the free throw. 69-48. Davis, the lefty's going to lift the three. No good. Rebounded by Milam. And that's going to be tipped away. And Meadowbrook's going to run it down. But that one's going to be stolen by Silvas.
Man, those jerseys. I'll be glad with this.
Left-handed layup up
no
and good.
longer
That
have to
one
read
was
these.
McGill.
Yeah, or yeah.
Inside, Petta. And they're going to call the foul. So Petta's going to go to the line and shoot 1 and 1 here possibly. I think that's a 7th team foul.
Yes, it is.
So Petta's going to get an opportunity to crack the scoring column here for the Colts with 11.4 to go. And he knocks down the first.
Always good to see some people get into scoring column.
And he knocks down the second. I think, don't quote me, I think that might be his first 2 varsity points too. That shot's no good, rebounded by Petta.
And that was number 5 on the McGill.
I was going to say, you were checking to see who that was, so I was counting on you the whole way.
Yeah,
I saw those eagle eyes working.
Tell you what, we sweat those last few minutes trying to figure out who was who.
Especially we saw new kids in there, weren't sure who they were. I used faces instead of numbers for most of that game for the Morgan players. So Meadowbrook is victorious in the regular season home finale as they beat the Morgan Raiders to improve to 16-3 with a 71-50 victory. We'll be back after a quick break with final game statistics and analysis here on the KGP Network. Welcome back, Meadowbrook High School, as the Colts continue their undefeated ways in small school MVL division, improving to 9-0 in the small school MVL, 16-3 overall with a 71-50 victory over the visiting Morgan Raiders. Looking at quarter-by-quarter scoring, Meadowbrook jumped out to a great first quarter, leading 25-9. Extended that lead to 39-19 at the half. Morgan chipped away a little bit to close it to 52-35 at the end of 3. But the firepower of the Colts proved too much as they end up victorious 71-50. Here as they, in the last regular season home game for the Colts, as they will play at least one more game here at the Cage as their tournament game. They're going to host that first tournament game, and pending they win, if they win, they should get to host another. So looking down at individual scoring, first for the visiting Morgan Raiders, leading the way, big number 44, Colin Jans with 22 points, including an impressive 10 of 11 at the free throw line effort. Rowdy Williams tallied 11 points for the Raiders. With 5 points off the bench, Cooper Kane. Off the bench with 4 points in the fourth quarter, Chase McGill. And with 2 points apiece, we have Hayden Shriver, Quentin Davis, Cutter Myers, and Carson Mummy. That's the scoring for the Raiders. Now on to the Colts, led by the big night from Jake Singleton with 36 points. Romeo Dorsey proved to be the inside man to Dorsey, or to Singleton's outside game, with 18 points. Trevon Mayo had 6 points. Josh Hupp delivered 4 points. Colton Delancey had a 3-point play in the fourth quarter for his 3 points. And with 2 points apiece, Drew Webster and Aiden Petta. So that's the Meadowbrook 71 points. So Heath, let's look over at the team and individual statistics.
Okay, for the night, Meadowbrook ended up shooting 29 of 54. They were 6 of 19 from downtown. On the flip side, Morgan was 19 of 49, and they were 1 of 12 from beyond the arc. As far as rebounding goes, remember, Morgan had a slight halftime edge, but they both ended up tied with 26 boards for the game. Meadowbrook's leader, Jake Singleton, with 8, and you had 2 players with 5 apiece. You had Romeo Dorsey and Drew Webster with 5. For Morgan, their leader of their 26, to be expected, Colin Jans with 9. So Jan's almost getting a double-double tonight in the losing cause. But as far as assists go, Meadowbrook finished with 16 assists. Josh Hupp and Trayvon each with 5. Drew Webster with 3. For Morgan, they had 6. Their leader, Carson Mummy, with 3. Meadowbrook, I can't remember have more in a game this season, but I might be wrong. But, I mean, it's got to be close to a season. I had 14 steals tonight. Their leader was Romeo with 5. You had Drew and Jake each with 3, and then Trayvon with 2. For Morgan, they had 10 steals. Their leader, Colin Jans, with 3, and Carson Mummy with 2. As far as blocks, Meadowbrook with 6 blocks tonight. Romeo with 3, Drew with 2, and Dane Singleton with 1. And then for the Raiders, they each, our 2 players each had 1, Hunter Shriver and Colin Jans. So as far as turnovers, I had Meadowbrook with 18. And Train, how many turnovers did you have Morgan for the night?
I had him with 26, but that could
26. Be. Okay, so we'll officially go with that because I think I missed 1 or 2. I had Morgan with 22, and then I found 1 there at the end, so I found 23. But again, it could be that they had a few a charge here or there that I didn't write down as a turnover. So, but yeah, 26 turnovers. That's a lot of turnovers. Meadowbrook 18. That's very uncharacteristic for them as well. But it seemed like Morgan kind of dictated a little bit of more of a helter-skelter type of play after the opening 8 minutes, where Meadowbrook just was sizzling hot. And like I said, I think it was their best quarter of basketball. And that pretty much, from that point on, they were able to pretty much put it in cruise control.
And looking at the scoring game by game this year, Jake scored 35 in a couple games this year against Riverview and Crooksville.
Yep.
He scored 36 tonight. I believe that is a career high. I don't think he put up that many last year or the year before.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I know he's had several 32, 34 point right in that range, but I don't remember him ever scoring, like you said, 36 either. And as we said, I believe that is Dorsey's career high for 18.
I never did look at that one, so let's.
So I mean, let's give Dorsey some a ringing endorsement, because I tell you what, that fella played. He came to play on senior night tonight, and you know what, he turned out and played well. So I mean, you look across the board, just a lot of different unsung heroes. You look at Webster. Webster usually, he scores a more. I think he ended up with 2 points tonight, and that's not. That's not normal for him, but you look across, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. A great game for Webster, even though it might not have been in the points department. Of course, as we said about Dorsey, again, 18 points, 5 boards, 5 steals, 3 blocks across the board. Great night. Singleton, what more can you say? What was you going to say?
Let's say this about Dorsey. He likes playing Morgan. Because his career high was 19 at Morgan earlier 19, this year.
Okay,
he had 18 tonight.
So this was 1 point off of his career high. So, okay, there. At least we know that answer now. But, again, nonetheless, great ball game. So, 37 in two games against him. But, it just to me, it was just a total team effort. Again, Hupp and Trayvon. Hupp quietly ended up with 7, and Trayvon was 6. But, those guys with 5 assists apiece, there were so many things different guys did tonight that really led to this win. And it just, to me, it felt like, when you look back at the season, they've had so much success. And what are they now training on the season? That makes
16
them
16-3.
16-3 now for the year.
And so looking at the schedule the rest of the way, Meadowbrook travels to Cambridge Monday. Then they travel to New Lex on Tuesday, and then they travel to Zanesville on Friday. So they're going to play a little NBA schedule here in the final week of the regular season.
Yeah, and you would think with Jake only needing right around close to that 50-point mark, you would think with 3 games to go, pretty likely, looking at his season average, pretty likely that he's going to end up getting that sometime in the next 3 games.
You got to think probably based on his scoring average, you got to figure New Lex as he's 42 points away.
Right.
I mean,
and
you never know. It's Cambridge. He could be fired up, and he could possibly set a new career high. But you got to think Cambridge, on the other hand, and then you got to think these two teams play each other in a tournament. Do you really want to show everything that you got?
For Singleton's below us, getting ready to take a family photo. Looks like. Should we go down and photo bomb that train or what?
Maybe they can zoom it up a little higher, and they can get us in here.
So, but it's pretty solid effort tonight from the senior laden Colts.
Looking down,
nice to
they are pretty lucky, as it looks like Joe Burrow made the trip from San Diego, Los Angeles.
As I was say, San Diego. Yeah,
it used to be the Chargers, but
not used to saying that. Yeah. Well, anyways, hey, it's been fun. We've got a tournament game, so this will be our final regular season broadcast. The next 3 games, we said Cambridge should probably live stream there. So if you want to watch that game,
and I know New Lex live streams theirs.
And I was going to say New Lex.
Don't know about Zanesville.
Yeah, Zanesville, I'm not sure about with them, but you will be able to see at least the New Lex and Cambridge games online. But you won't get to listen to our
lovely voices,
amazing sultry voices here. So but we've been it's been a pleasure to watch this team, and it's always fun. But we've got a tournament game coming up, and it will be against Cambridge. That we do know. So we've got another rivalry game here to call. I'm excited about that. As Cambridge chose as we know in the draw. If you heard or read the paper, you know that they jumped on Meadowbrook. So
a little surprising, but
it was a surprise. But hey, sometimes go big or go home, right? So Cambridge said, let's go big. So, but anyways, it's again been a fun night.
Well, that's going to do it for the live stream and the game tonight. Meadowbrook victorious 71-50. Good night and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Stay classy, Jersey County.